Hello, my name is Bianca Kemp, and I am your English instructor. Thank you so much for joining me in this course, and thank you for joining me for today's lesson. We're going to learn about addresses today, how we ask about addresses, and how we tell others about where we live and where we're from. If you're ready, then let's jump right in after we do a bit of review. Welcome to today's lesson. Okay, I am ready. Are you ready? Let's begin. Listen and write. 3:45. 3:45. 3:45. Yes, 3:45. Listen and write. Listen and write. 1:30. 1:30. 1:30. 1:30. Okay, listen and write. 8:17. 8:17. 8:17. 8:17. 8:17. 17. Not 70, but 17. Nice work. Listen and write. 9:02. 9:02. 9:02. We write that 9:02. So again, that's 9:02. 9:02. Okay, listen and write. 1:11. 1:11. 1:11. Excellent. 1:11. Excellent work. Okay, now look and listen. Envelope. 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 Or sometimes you will hear people say envelope. So envelope or envelope. I say envelope. Street. 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 And as you can see here, the arrow is pointing to this here. Okay? Street. The thing that these cars, these are cars, the thing that these cars drive on. So street. House. 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 This here is a house. And what color is the house? It's red. It's red. And it's in these beautiful mountains. These are mountains. Beautiful. House. Building. 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 Okay, and here we actually have more than one building. We've got one there, we've got another there, and we have a big one here. Building. Building. Stamp. 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 Now repeat. Envelope. street, house, building, stamp. Okay, your turn to see what you remember. Let's see what you remember. Your turn. Okay. Envelope, envelope, envelope. Street, street, street. Now, I will say here, these three letters, S, T, R, together make the str sound. Str, str, street. What is this? What is this? What is this? It's a house. It's a house. It's a house. What is this? What is this? What is this? It's a building. It's a building. If we are talking about just one. But if we were talking about 1, 2, 3, we would ask, what are these? What are these? They are buildings. They are buildings. Okay. What is this? What is this? And what color is this? What color is this? What color is this? It's blue. It's blue. What is this? Stamp. It's a stamp. It's a stamp. Okay? And also in English, ST. Very often you will see ST together. And ST makes the stamp. So STR makes the str. And ST makes the sound. Excellent work. Okay. All right. So, as we learned from our vocabulary, okay, this white thing here is an envelope. 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 Okay? And this blue thing here is a what? You've got it. It's a stamp. Okay, so we have an envelope and a stamp. Now, on our envelope, we have some very important information. Okay? So, looking here at the first line, you know this name. We've got a first name here and a last name here. And actually, as you know, they're my first name and last name, Bianca Kemp. Okay, so the first line here has first and last names, as you know. This is line 1. Now we move to line 2. Okay? Line 2. Okay? So all of this, line 2, 3, and 4, lines 2, 3, and 4 have what we call an address. An address. Okay? But on this line, line 2, okay, this 1, 2, 3 is what we call house or building number. House or building number. And if you remember what a house is, what a building is, this is the number. Okay, this is the number. What comes after that then is the street. Okay, so this is the name of the street, and then we have street here. Sometimes you will see other things like road, or lane, or avenue. Okay, and it's disappearing. Okay, here on the first line we have the first and last name. My first name is Bianca. My last name is Kemp. What is your first name? What is your last name? Then on line 2, first we have the house or building number. After that, we have the name of the street. The name of the street. Then we come to line 3. Okay, and this is an address for a house or building in the United States. But the way we write it is very similar to how an address is written all over the world. Okay, so down here, where it says any town, right here, any town is the name of the city. The name of the city. Now, maybe you have heard of some famous cities in the United States, such as New York, or Miami, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Atlanta, and some other famous cities around the world include London, Shanghai, Cape Town, Belgrade, St. Petersburg, Riyadh, many different cities around the world. So here, right in front of what we call a comma, is the name of the city. And then here in the United States, we have these 2 letters. These 2 letters. And notice they are always capital. They're always capital. Capital V, capital A. And these are for the state. And in the United States, we have 50 states. It's 50. Okay, so an address in the United States first has, on this line, it has the name of the city, okay? And then it has 2 letters, 2 capital letters for the state. And as we will see coming up, every state has 2 special letters, okay? So after, again here we have our first and last names, then we have the house or building number here, then we have the street, then we come down here and we have our city, then we have a little guy here called a comma, okay, and then we have our 2 capital letters for a state in the United States, And after that, we have zip code, what we call a zip code. In the US, zip codes actually have 5 numbers. This zip code has 6. So we can pretend as though there's no 5 here. So the zip code normally has 5 numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This zip code has 6, but we'll pretend. Okay, so you have your zip code here. Your zip code here. And then if the letter is coming from a different country such as China or Senegal or Ghana or France or the UK, Canada, Brazil, Peru, Colombia, then we would want to put the name of the country here. And the name of my country is the United States. So again, we've got our first and last names. Then we have our house and building number. Then we have our street. Down here we have our city before our comma. We have 2 capital letters for our state. And then we have our zip code, which normally has 5 numbers, even though I have 6 here. Okay, and then we may or may not have a country here. Depends on where the letter is coming from. Okay. And again, this white thing, which we call a rectangle, this white rectangle, we call an envelope or envelope. You will hear both. And this blue rectangle, we call a stamp. All right. I'll let you have a look at that. Okay. All right. So this is what we call a map. Map. And we learned the word map several lessons ago. So this is a map of the United States. It's a map of the United States. And each one of these is a state. State, 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 state. Each one of these is a state. And the United States has 50 states. Okay? So for example, here we have California, we have Kansas, Montana, Texas, Florida, Virginia, Washington, but not to be confused with Washington, D.C., which is, it's a district. It's the capital of the United States. So we have states, and we have 50 states. Then we have cities, and these cities marked by stars. This is a star. These cities are called capitals. Capitals. Capital. So we have a state, we have a city, and then we have the country, which is the whole thing. Okay? Okay, now, if you remember, I said that there are 50 states in the United States, and every state has 2 letters it goes by. We call these abbreviations, okay? So here we have how many states? 1, blah, 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 all the way to 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 26. 26, we're missing 24 of the states. But you can see from these that we have the name of a state, such as this, which is called Arkansas, and then it has two letters, both capital, A and R. So A and R stands for Arkansas. Arkansas. Let's look at number 24. 24. Down here is 24. The state is Ohio. 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 And the abbreviation is OH. OH. Let's look at one more. 21. 21. It's a famous place, famous state. 21. 21 is what? New York. New York. The two letters, both capital, okay? The two letters for New York are what? Correct. N and Y. N and Y. Okay. What do you remember? I'm going to give you just a bit of time to see which words you remember. All right, how'd you do? How did you do? Let's see. Very quickly, we have up here envelope, house building number, blank, country, blank, zip code, stamp, street, and blank. Let's see. Nice. Up here, first and last names, Bianca Kemp. Okay. Down here, city. Any town, for example, it's not a real city. It's just one I made up. And then here, VA for our state. And VA stands for Virginia. Excellent work. Excellent work.